Yeah, 3 AA batteries or 2 AAA batteries.
I mean, you need an adapter, but
That's how that works, right?
The same number of A's, ultimately, yes.
Yeah. And or uh 1 or 6 A batteries.
single A battery. Yeah.
Yeah, where are the single A batteries?
Have you seen quad A's?
Oh yeah, they're cute.
Right, the ones that are in like they're
9 volts.
sometimes in 9 volts.
Yeah, they're adorable.
I do think it's funny when people because I remember learning in physics class. I always feel like I'm saying physics wrong the first time I say it, so I end up repeating myself.
Psychics class.
Yeah, it was weird.
What did you learn in psychic class, Beach?
When I was in psychics class, they we learned about the difference, of course, between cells and batteries.
One is in animals and plants. The other is in your car.
Well, so a cell is an individual unit, right? It's like a cell is like a AA battery is literally actually just a AA cell. But when you join multiple cells together in a circuit, that's when you have a battery.
Well, and yeah, like a battery is also has like other stuff on it to connect it to and make it actually useful.
Right. And so it's like the little coin cells and stuff are literally, these are cells. And so somebody was like looking at I saw a meme or whatever where somebody freaked out when they saw that if you cut open like a 6-volt battery, or if you cut open like some sort of other battery that's like, oh, there's a bunch of like smaller batteries inside of it, and it's like,
yeah, you could link them in parallel yourself if you like.
Yeah, it's like, oh my god, this is like quad cell battery has 4 batteries inside of it. It's like, now you are learning what a cell is, and now you're learning what a battery is. That has the quad cell battery has 4 cells inside of it. You just think that they're batteries.
Right.
They're not. They're cells is the actual way you call them, right? It's like and it's weird because it's like, I learned that so long ago. Didn't everybody learn that in school? And not everybody learns things in school, or the same things in school. Let's be honest.
It's and I mean, batteries. We are told in no not uncertain terms to not look inside batteries.
That's true,
for good reasons.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a YouTuber that I quite enjoy. I'm sure many people in the audience have heard of Big Clive. He's a wonderful does teardowns of things and stuff, and has the most wonderful relaxing sort of Irish accent. But he'll be like taking apart different weird like things he got off eBay or something. Like, this is a very, very poorly designed LED light circuit.
Right.
Oh, Scottish, of course. Sorry, Scottish.
Yeah.
But there was a great one where he was taking apart. He was saying like, let's see what's inside a nickel metal hydride battery.
Right.
What it says on the label.
And so he takes it, and so he does he has pliers and takes it apart, and there's like the there's like a almost a piece of, not paper, but there's sort of a very tightly rolled piece inside that has the stuff on it, and but it's kept separate so it doesn't touch when it's not supposed to and stuff. But so he's pulling this out and doing this stuff, and he has it in like a little tray thing, and then just this like, oh, okay, now let's look here. Oh, okay, it looks like we got a little wee fire here going. That's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. We're just going to, and he just sort of takes it off the off the camera for a little bit.
He kind of approaches DIY in the same way that Ian does. Yeah.
I mean, he knows. It's the kind of, he knows enough to know what's dangerous and what's actually dangerous.
I saw him testing out a US, what was it again? I was going to say USB, but I don't think it is. It was an LED array of lights. It was a UV array of LED lights. And so it shot out ultraviolet light, and he's like, so this is a UVC. That was it was a UVC light that had it was all LED lights, and he's like, so I should not point this at my body, or really anything at all.
But it's not the eyes for sure.
Not the eyes for sure, and it's meant to be you're supposed to use this thing to as a disinfectant light. You're supposed to put it in a closed duct or something, so air that flows past it gets everything gets killed in it. And yeah, they it was not safe because there's no real warnings on it, but also no real description for how it's supposed to work. And it's people are probably giving themselves skin cancer with this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, as a couple people mentioned in the chat, Electro Boom is another great electronics YouTuber. Again, somebody who is an extremely experienced electric engineer and knows what's a funny amount, a funny amount to get shocked, and what's an actually dangerous amount to get shocked. And he chooses to do the funny shocking, but he knows enough to know what's actually dangerous.
Mm-hmm. Batteries are cool and fun. Do you know why they get puffy?
Why do they get puffy?
Because they overeat and they get very tired and depressed.
So you know how there was paper stuff in the one that you talked about watching Big Clive unwrap?
Yeah. So
there's goo and sort of a metal element that are kept separated when the thing has charge.
Mm-hmm.
And if it loses charge, then they come in contact with each other and corrosion begins.
Right.
And then that releases gases and heat.
Oh, it is gases then. Okay. I often wonder.
It builds pressure internally.
Yeah.
It's not creating extra liquid.
No. I assumed it was solids that were causing that were filling up space and causing whatever the liquid.
Have you seen aluminum corrode? Get poof.
Yeah. That kind of thing.
Yeah, crystals. They also could form crystals. Yeah, it depends on what the mix is.
Right.
But it's just that after they lose charge, they touch.
I remember seeing a thing about that was what you should do if your laptop battery is starting to puff up and whatever. And the first thing was okay, don't try to poke a hole in it to let out the pressure. That is the first thing.
Yeah. I do get a little freaked out from time to time because of my because I keep my old cell phones, and I probably just now shouldn't, because they've just been sitting in their box inside multiple boxes, buried boxes upon boxes upon boxes. I'm just it's just sitting in there, and maybe that battery's getting old enough that it's just charging on its own, or it's doing something on its own, and maybe I should just return it for recycling at this point.
Yeah. So, I mean, now that you've said that, I think I probably have some of those too.
Mm-hmm.
I saw my PSP battery a couple years ago and got rid of that. So I think my cell phones are probably fine from the earlier years.
Fair.
I remember we did the one of the old laptops we had at the moon base definitely started to rock on the bottom a little bit, when you put it down on the table.
Yes.
And it rocks back and forth a little bit because the battery is pushing out the bottom plate. That is nature's way of saying you should not use this anymore and get rid of this battery.
I do have a couple old laptops sitting in their bags next to my bed, and maybe I should just get rid of them. Or at least get rid of the batteries.
If the battery, it's when the battery doesn't have a charge that the puffiness starts happening. Eh?
Yeah, and it probably won't accept a charge after that point.
Right.
Really.
Right.
So I should try to see if it's if it's not bulging or pushing or anything. I should try to charge it, and if it seems to hold a bit of a charge, then maybe it'll be okay for a while.
It depends on what type of battery it is. They don't all push. Yeah. The alkali batteries are different.
Yeah. I think these are all lithium ions. The
Those
when I
are
say
the puffy,
old,
the spicy
yeah,
pillows.
they tend to get they tend to become spicy pillows. Yeah.